যারা ইস্ট বেঙ্গলকে মন প্রাণ দিয়ে ভালোবাসেন, যারা ইস্ট বেঙ্গলের অনেক পুরনো অনুরাগী, তারা এই ভদ্রলোককে অবশ্যই চিনবেন। একটা সময় ইস্ট বেঙ্গলের হয়ে দাপিয়ে খেলেছেন, ভারতীয় ফুটবলে অত্যন্ত পরিচিত মুখ। তিনি ভারতীয় নন, তিনি জাপানি। জাপানে তার জন্ম, কিন্তু তার ফুটবলটা পুরোটাই ভারত কেন্দ্রিক। আই লিগ, আইএসএল, অ্যাজ এ ফুটবলার হিসেবে আরাতা ইজুমি যথেষ্ট দায়িত্বের সঙ্গে তার পারফরমেন্স করে গিয়েছেন। এমনকি ভারতীয় দলের জার্সিতেও আরাতা ইজুমি নজর কাড়া পারফরমেন্স করেছেন। সেই আরাতা আজকে এক্সট্রা টাইম বাংলায় পর্দায় আমাদের সঙ্গে আড্ডা দেবেন। না, ভারতীয় ফুটবল নিয়ে আমরা তেমনটা কথা বলবো না, কথা বলবো আরাতার যে জন্মভূমি অর্থাৎ সূর্যোদয়ের দেশ জাপানকে নিয়ে। সেই 2002 বিশ্বকাপ, হিতোদোষী নাকাতার জাপান প্রথমবার বিশ্বকাপ খেলতে নেমেই জিকোর কোচিং এ অনবদ্য পারফরমেন্স করেছিল। তারপর থেকে ভূমিকম্পের দেশ জাপান, সূর্যোদয়ের দেশ জাপান, সেই জাপান কিন্তু বিশ্ব ফুটবলে দাপিয়ে বেড়াচ্ছে। চলতি বিশ্বকাপে হল্যান্ডের বিরুদ্ধে পিছিয়ে থেকেও 2-2 গোলে ড্র, দ্বিতীয় ম্যাচে 4 গোলে জয়। এই জাপান কত দূর যাবে? এশিয়ার একাধিক দেশ এবারে ফিফা বিশ্বকাপে অংশগ্রহণ নিয়েছে, তার মধ্যে জাপান কি সবচেয়ে সেরা? এই জাপান কি আগামী দিনে ব্রাজিল, আর্জেন্টিনা কিংবা পর্তুগাল, জার্মানি, নেদারল্যান্ডস এদের বিরুদ্ধে চোখে চোখ রেখে লড়াই করতে পারবে? সামগ্রিক বিষয় নিয়ে, জাপানের এই ফুটবলের উন্নতি নিয়ে আরাতার সঙ্গে কথা বলে নেবো। আরাতা, এক্সট্রা টাইম বাংলায় আপনাকে স্বাগত। ওয়েলকাম টু এক্সট্রা টাইম বাংলা।
থ্যাংক ইউ। কেমন আছো?
কেমন আছো? আমরা সবাই ভালো আছি, আপনি কেমন আছেন?
Sorry, I can't understand. That is only one word I can speak.
Okay. How fascinating that your team performance, your Japan team performance in this World Cup after watched 2 matches.
Yeah, I think it has been very, very convincing performance from the Japanese side. The first game against Holland and the second game against Tunisia. I think Japan proved that Japan is no more dark horse or the surprise package in the World Cup, but Japan is a one nation, the country who is actually a competitor for all the footballing top nation of the world. So I think, wow, the games, if you see, it's just so exciting to see that that Japan is playing this way and coming up with the results like this in the World Cup, the biggest stage in the world.
Though Japan footballer played attacking football, do you think that Japan will break the jinx and play in the round of 16?
I think so, and I hope so. Of course, I mean, lots depends on the opponent. I think at this point of time, the anticipation will be whether meeting Brazil or Morocco. I think both are very, very strong side. In my opinion, they are both champion contenders. But I just now I mentioned, Japan also one of the contender of being a world champion in this series of World Cup. So whoever the opponent is going to be a very, very tough challenge for the Japan. But if at all, what I'm seeing from the last 2 games, I think Japan prepared themselves so well to compete with any opponent with any type of football. You mentioned about attacking football, but if you see the defensively also Japan team being very, very solid and looking for those very speedy counter-attack with the technical, tactical ability of the players and the finishing ability also with the Ayase, the striker. I think he's being fantastic in terms of scoring the goal. So I think it's very, very positive that Japan can progress to the next round as well, and maybe quarterfinal to the semi-final to be even finals.
So, what's your assumption how Japan footballers are handling the pressure in the knockout stages? What's your mantra?
I think they've been World Cup since 1998, and every series of World Cup they are there. Of course, probably the generation changed, but all those knowledge and the experience must have passed on from the seniors to younger generation, which is exactly happening. If you see in the squad, Nagatomo is there being a 40 years old, still selected with the national team, and he is there as a probably the leader of the group and to share his great experience having the, I think, 4 World Cup experience. I think these things are definitely shaping them up, and these guys are top notch players. They will handle the pressure, and I'm sure they'll be enjoying that as well.
Do you think that this is the strongest Japan side which play the World Cup?
Yes, fairly I can say that. Like I said, I never seen Japan performing like this in the biggest stage of the footballing world against the top nations. Still, the fact is there's no Minamino, there's no Mitoma, there's no Endo. There's a few players supposed to be the main players are not there. Still, the Japan have enough players to compete this level. It means the depth of the players and talent pool of the Japan is proving to the world that the Japan have enough strengths to be competitive in this level.
It's not only the footballer and coach. Japan supporters are remarkable. After the Qatar World Cup, now in USA, they're doing such things. After the match, they're cleaning the stadium, cleaning the gallery. Brazil or Argentina supporters, they are fighting with each other in the street of the road. But Japan supporters are very cool and calm. They sing for the team. They say dance, but they are remarkable.
Well, it's a cultural thing, and in Japan, we always taught to, clean the place when you come, and let's make it cleaner when we leave. And that is a part of our system, and that's how we were taught by the, parents, teachers, and seniors. So this is, as a Japanese, it's pretty normal, and I really appreciate that the world is appreciating that. The other side, I can understand the emotional burst of other countries' supporters as well. I mean, it's a World Cup. You want to see and you want to fight for it. So I think Japan have a good part, and but other countries' supporters also, having the great part. And I think that is how makes the World Cup as one of the most entertaining sports event in the history of human being.
So Japan team perform in the World Cup. Do you think that Japan team beat Brazil, Argentina, Germany, Spain, this type of giants?
Sorry, come again. Your question is?
Though Japan team perform in this World Cup, do you think that Japan team will beat, or they took tough fight against team like Brazil, Argentina, Germany, Spain? They are the giants.
Yes, like I said, it is very much possible. Like I said, Japan is no more dark horse or the team who does giant killing. I am quite sure that all the other countries are treating or thinking Japan as their competitors. So whenever they face with Japan, there's no such as that underestimate or something like that. It's going to be just a fair competition, and both sides will have a fair opportunity to beat each other. So I think anyway it's going to be a very, very strong and interesting competition.
My next question is, how do you rate the coach performance and coach strategy, Izumi Moriyasu for strategy?
I think the coach did phenomenal job. Not only him, but entire coaching staff. If you look at the game of the Japan, you can clearly see their preparation in each phase of the game and each moment of the game. They have very, very clear, how do I say, understanding between the players and the coaching staff. Also, it's football is such as it's the time to time that things changing drastically, and the same time, but these players will be are able to adapt to the situation and come up with the solution, which they are very much showing last 2 games. So I think the coaches and the coaching staff did fantastic job, as well as the players' capacity to understand and execute whatever the input is coming through from the coaches. So the ability of the coaches, players also making these things happen. It's amazing to see that.
Parata, we all are mesmerized about Japan performance, but in the backstage in the year and the early days when Japan qualified for the World Cup in 2002, then Chico was the coach. So Chico how Zico changed the Japan football culture.
See, Zico came earlier than 2002. He was playing JFL. He was playing for the J League club. Of course, he brought a lot of positive thing to Japanese football. And what he implemented the most is, I think, the mentality. It is something that the winner's mentality. So we always call it. I think he being the best player of his time in the world, and he could bring something that probably at that moment Japan didn't have. But because of all this help and support from the players and coaches coming from outside, or of course the Japanese coaches who are open and ready to learn from these experts from the outside, and that's exactly what is showing and today as a result, and what is shaping up Japanese football as one of the strongest nation in all over the world.
In lots of Japanese footballers played in the European League. He is the biggest advantage for the Japanese team in the World Cup because they know how European footballer, they know how European football culture is very well.
Well, World Cup is a World Cup. It's not only the European players are there. So there's a South America, there's African. So there's a different sports altogether. I mean, the football altogether. But yeah, of course, these players who left Japan and played in abroad, they have this very important exposure to expose themselves to different footballing style or whatever it is. So definitely, these are the players who is being able to bring that experience onto the pitch and being adaptable and being outstanding on the pitch, competing against these world-class players from other nations.
As per your understanding, you tell me the 4 footballers who create most chances or most dangerous footballer in this Japan football team, who can be lethal against the big team.
See, Japanese, one of the unique characteristics of the Japanese football is every player is brilliant. I always talk about a car. Maybe there's no like a Lamborghini, but all of them are like a Lexus. So it means everyone can be the game changer. Everyone can be the one of the best player on the pitch. But personally, for this edition of World Cup, I'm looking forward to see something very, very incredible from this Ayase Ueda, the striker, number 18. Japan being a long time, Japan having the issue of scoring ability, but I think he's one of the striker that I've never seen from the Japan side that who can really, really have the ability to score the goal. If you see against Tunisia that goal which is scored from the out of the box, oh man, that is something that remarkable, and I've never seen that kind of goal from a Japanese striker. So I'm very much looking forward to what he's going to bring on the pitch for the games.
So thank you very much for your giving us time. But now we are tuning to some question about Indian football. We are lots of talking about AIFF wants to include OCI footballer in ISL. How do you see in that? How much it will be benefited in the Indian football?
I'm against that. I think I spoke on the media platform many times about that. I mean, what is the purpose for this? I really don't understand. You want to look for the instant results? Yes, maybe it's going to give you like if you bring 2-3 OCI, PIO player, you may see some instant results, but it doesn't mean that we can be in Asian. We can beat Asian top team like Japan, Korea, Australia, Saudi Arabia, even today then Qatar, then Uzbekistan also come in a very strong manner. And if you
are Bangladesh, Afghanistan team like Bangladesh, Afghanistan beaten us.
But who care about Bangladesh? Where they are? They are not even part of one of the top nations in Asia, right? Where are they?
But Bangladesh beaten us.
Yeah, so what? What is so big thing about it? Bangladesh was always competitive with India, right? The game was always 1-1, 2-1. India win 2-0, 1-0. Yeah, of course, India didn't lose against Bangladesh, but it was very much every time was a fair competition. So there's not much difference between India and Bangladesh in terms of level of football. It was always like that. I play against a Bangladesh club as well. But they are always a competitive side. So I don't know why people are panicking about it. And this is because of because Hamza
why
joined.
you did against? Why you did against the OCI footballers rules?
Yeah. So what is the objective of getting OCI and PIO, and what is the anticipation that we are having by bringing them? That I'm asking you. Instead of that, why don't we think about building the stronger youth development setup? This is a 1.4 billion population country. This is not Japan. Japan had only 1 billion, right? 1 million, 100 million. Sorry, I'm not so sure in English how to say that. 1億人 in Japanese, and all other small countries. But country like India, who has so much of talent pool and the resources, or why you need an outsider?
But very, very valid question. Very valid. You raise a very valid question. That team like Ecuador, Cape Verde, Curacao, Haiti, they have nothing. They have nothing. Culture. In their nation, all are panicking about the terrorism. The Haiti players can't play football in their own country. Their league was demolished. But as India, where there is so much population, AIFF and FSDL, they are doing ISL. But what is the point at the end of the season? We are not regular participate in Asian Cup. We are not winning Asian Cup. We are only winning SAF Cup and some other tournament.
Yeah. So solution for this is according to you guys, get OCI and PIO. You want to outsource?
No. It's not my solution. It's not my solution. We asking. We all are want that our team must participate in FIFA World Cup. But this is not happen. I think next 30, 40 years, this is not happen.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Japan took how many years to reach World Cup? See, 1998 was the first year that Japan participated in World Cup. Till then, do you think Japan was not trying? Of course, Japan was trying for the longest period of time. Even country like Japan took this much of time. And after 1998, today is 2026. How many years? How many years? 36? Sorry, my calculation. 26 years. 26 years. I think 26 years. Or more. 28? I'm not sorry. Whatever it is. It's almost 30 years Japan for Japan to take to compete with the world football today. This World Cup. Right? Yeah, so it's supposed to take time. That though, it's gonna take time after having such a solid plan for the future, right? But do we have any of it? We don't have any of it. We are talking about we being a sleeping giant. When I came to this country, 2006, it was with East Bengal. The first thing what I heard was this, sleeping giant. And today, 2026, after how many years? 20 years, we are still talking about the same language, and there's no change whatsoever when it comes to the planning. Then how on the earth we can expect that India is going to play World Cup? It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen unless we start to act on it. That though, from today onwards, once we start to act, we need to look at least 30 years for us to be there. That's the timeline we are talking about. OCI PIO is not the solution in terms of long-term solution. This is going to be an instant solution that probably take us from 134, right? Today, FIFA ranking, we are 134. Maybe from here to 90, maybe 90 or 90, some little more than that. Maybe, yeah? Is that the answer that, or the proof that this team is going to take us to the Asian Cup champion or the World Cup? No. Because those Asian giants are much higher level in the FIFA ranking.
My last question is that you play India's top-ranked club like East Bengal, like Pune FC, like Mahindra. You played ISL under ATK, you scored gold for the ATK. In that year, ATK was the champion in the first season. ISL champion, and now you is a part of the Reliance Foundation as a coach. You are part
No,
of
I'm
the
not.
intercaste.
I'm not with the Reliance Foundation, young champs.
So I got here I got the news. So wrong. You are coaching in India. So you see lots of difficulties. Can you elaborate? What kind of difficulties were you facing during your coaching tenure?
There's no difficulty. I'm a professional, so whatever the opportunity I get, I do my best, and other coaches and the players are, cooperative enough. So there's no problem at all.
No problem in the grassroots level, our grassroots level, because our under 17, under 19 football team, Indian football team, they are going to abroad. They beat Argentina, team like Argentina, but the same boys, when they played for national team in the senior level, they can't perform.
So what do you think? Why that is happening?
In my knowledge, it's because of lots of ISL and ID clubs, they bought foreign striker and foreign defender. Indian striker and Indian defender can't go to chance and play for the playing 11.
No. The problem is much deeper than that. Much deeper than that. Yeah. So I think you also know the fact of under 17 or whatever it is. Yeah. So I think that is the first thing that we need to talk the truth, and we just need to start to act on it. Otherwise, like I said, we won't see that India is going to go to World Cup. I don't gave up. My lifetime, we are not going to see. I'm not going to see that. But I'm ready to put my heart and soul that maybe next generation have opportunity to see India is going to go to World Cup. For that, I'm ready to invest my life to make things happen. But unfortunately, I cannot do it alone. And I need many more people who is honest and passionate and dedicated for the future of Indian football. That's why I'm talking right now openly. And I'm just hoping, see, I'm an Indian. I count as myself as an Indian. And I really appreciate India always, that India accepted me as an Indian. But same time, I'm a foreigner. I'm coming from outside. So I know what kind of potential actually India is holding. Much more than, many times I feel more than the originally coming from India. Because I've seen other side of the world and I'm coming to India and I'm seeing that. At least I'm here for last 20 years. So you cannot tell me that I don't know anything about India. I know it. 20 years is not the short time for anybody to invest. And I'm saying that I'm gonna invest my rest of my time for Indian football. So let's see. Hoping for the good, and hoping for well wishers of Indian football come and join me. And let's see.
Thank you, Arata. Thank you giving us time. And এতক্ষণ দেখছিলেন আপনারা যেমন বিশ্ব ফুটবলে জাপান কিভাবে নিজেদের প্রভাব বিস্তার করেছে এবারে বিশ্বকাপে, সেটা আমরা সকলেই চাক্ষুষ করেছি। ইতিমধ্যে দুটো ম্যাচ জাপান খেলে ফেলেছে। হারের বিন্দুমাত্র নেই, বরঞ্চ জাপানের পারফরমেন্স থেকে মনে হচ্ছে তারা জিততেই এসছে প্রত্যেকটা ম্যাচ। এবং জাপান ফুটবলের খুঁটিনাটি, জাপান ফুটবলের উন্নতি, কিভাবে জাপান ফুটবলকে বদলেছিলেন, এখনকার জাপান ফুটবল কতটা আগ্রাসী মনোভাব নিয়ে খেলছেন জাপানি ফুটবলাররা, সবটা নিয়ে আলোচনা করলেন। এবং যদি আপনাদের এই অনুষ্ঠানটি ভালো লেগে থাকে, যদি সাক্ষাৎকারটি ভালো লেগে থাকে, তাহলে দয়া করে নিজেদের বন্ধুদের মধ্যে ছড়িয়ে দিন, লিঙ্কটি শেয়ার করুন এবং লাইক করুন, এবং এইভাবেই এক্সট্রা টাইম বাংলার পাশে থাকুন। ভারতীয় ফুটবলে ইতিমধ্যে একটা নতুন জিনিসের আমদানি ঘটেছে, অর্থাৎ অনাবাসী যারা ভারতীয়, যারা অন্য দেশে ফুটবল খেলেন, তাদের পাসপোর্ট দিয়ে ভারতীয় জাতীয় দলে খেলানো। এতে কি আদৌ ভারতীয় ফুটবলের উন্নতি হবে? এতে কি আমরা অদূর ভবিষ্যতে আগামী 15-20 বছরের মধ্যে বিশ্বকাপ খেলতে পারবো? আরাতা ইজুমি কিন্তু স্পষ্ট বললেন, এতে ভারতীয় ফুটবলের কোনো উন্নতি হবে না। আরাতা ইজুমির সঙ্গে আপনারা একমত হতেও পারেন, নাও হতে পারেন, কিন্তু তিনি যে বিষয়গুলো তুলে ধরেছেন, যে আঙ্গিকগুলো তুলে ধরেছেন, যে কেন বিদেশি অনাবাসী ভারতীয় ফুটবলার খেলারেই ভারতীয় ফুটবলের উন্নতি হবে না, সেটাও কিন্তু খুব তাৎপর্যপূর্ণ। যদি এই ইন্টারভিউটি ভালো লেগে থাকে তাহলে লাইক করুন, শেয়ার করুন, এবং এক্সট্রা টাইম বাংলা ইউটিউব চ্যানেলকে এখনো পর্যন্ত সাবস্ক্রাইব না করে থাকলে দয়া করে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দিন। থ্যাংক ইউ আরাতা।
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. পবিত্র